Here he is, the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator of the Calgary Stampeders. It's Dave Dickenson. Welcome to Blocks and Rocks. What do you think?
Nice. Looks like I can spend some money in here.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a new house, so yeah, always looking.
Yep. I want to talk about the career that is football. You a big star in Montana. Talk about the early going there.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a big star in my own mind. No, it was
Hey, you were
good.
Super Dave, right?
Well, they did give me that nickname,
Yeah.
which was nice. Came from Great Falls, and wanted to go to the University of Montana actually, and honestly, it was just one of those things. I never thought I'd play past college. I was hoping to play college. And we did win the national championship my senior year, and it did put the state on the map in the football circles around the U.S. The stadium grew. It's one of the greatest places to play in all of college football. I just really believe that, and gave me the opportunity to keep playing and get to Calgary and kind of just keeping it going from there.
Just before we get to Calgary, just the experience of college football. I think for us Canadians, I don't think there's anything quite like it, is there?
Well, I think there is. It's just a different sport. I think, like, if you go to some hockey rinks, like I haven't been here, but I got in-laws in Medicine Hat, and when the Tigers are playing there, there's our 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that are getting a full barn and very excited. The town is just all into it, and I'm sure Lethbridge has that same flavor, and that's how it is in like Great Falls and Missoula. Is everyone gets behind either the high school or the college program. I came from a state that has less than 1 million people in the whole state, and we're still getting 24, 25,000.
Yeah.
I had a high school game. We got 7,000. It's just it's culture down there. They love football. It's what we grew up doing, and for me, I've always felt it's still the best game in the world. So I'm going to stand by that.
Sure. Do you get an express lane when you cross the border? Super Dave, sure, just go ahead.
I did get across the border one time without a passport.
Oh, whoa.
So now I don't know if he knew me, but I certainly played it off like it was. It was going back into the U.S., which was good. I'm blaming the wife for not remembering that.
All right, let's get into your pro career. I mean, and what Calgary brought for you.
Well, I did come. The weird thing is John Huffnagel actually was instrumental in trading for me. I was supposed to go to Toronto, and Wally Buono was head coach. And from what I found out later on is it was Huff actually watching film and saying, we should try this Montana kid. I think he's similar to what we do up here. And then so I was able to play 1 year with Huff. He was the OC. Then he left. And, the career from there obviously took me a while to get going. I played behind Jeff Garcia and Danny Barrett the first year, and then moved up the ladder a little bit. And then finally had a real big year in 2000 and won the MVP. And kind of also was the start of my first major injury spell. Unfortunately, I got a major knee injury that year and played the Grey Cup in '99 with a dislocated shoulder and a broken bone in my back. So it was like one of those things where maybe it was a premonition. It was going to be part of your career. Yeah, you can have success, but your body is going to have trouble holding up.
2 Grey Cups as a player and 1 as a coach. Take us through the feelings of all those.
Well, they're all kind of different. The first Grey Cup was special. I was just the only real impact in the game I had was I was the holder, and we won on a last-second kick. So I actually really enjoyed that. That was to me to be on the field on a do-or-die play was to me it was a good feeling. Then we lost a few. To win one when BC in '06 as a starter, I felt like it was kind of something I needed to do and wanted to do, and felt more relieved than I guess joy, which is kind of, I don't know if that's what it should have been, but that's what it was. And actually ended my career in '08 with the Stampeders. Didn't play much, had the concussion issues, and won the Grey Cup there as well. And that one doesn't hold the same I guess, feeling, because I didn't feel like I was a big part of it. And then winning it this past year as a coach, I did feel like I had my fingerprint on there. At least was an important part of the coaching staff. But I'm never going to be one to ever say that coaches win championships. I think players always win and lose games. It's just coaches can help and can also screw it up. So it was fun.
Take us through the mindset of when there is, as they say, a quarterback controversy, and you were embroiled in a couple of those in your career.
Yeah, it was the one I had in BC with Casey Printers. It was an interesting year and a half. My take on it is if you handle yourself professionally and honesty is part of the equation, you can get through it no problem.
Yeah.
that's what I felt like we did last year with Bo Levi and Drew Tate. We told them, you guys are out there going to compete for the job, and when the decision's made, we need the other guy to support whoever's out there. But the BC one, I think there was some things getting said to both parties that weren't maybe weren't being upfront with both of us. It definitely affected the team, and looking back on it, I wouldn't change anything I did. I just kept trying to work hard and be a better player. And to be honest, Casey pushed me in 2005 after he had won the Outstanding Player. I thought 2005 was my best year in the entire league. So, sometimes those competitions hopefully bring out the best in people.
You went to the NFL. You never got a starting position as a quarterback. Is that a major disappointment for you?
It definitely wasn't a highlight of the career. No, I'd do it again. It didn't work out, but I'd still do it again. I think it's a process. Sometimes maybe you need to. I'm always interested in challenging myself and trying to be the best. I think I could have played down there with the right system, the right team. I thought I did pretty well in the preseason, which is certainly not making it a lock to have success in season. But I thought that skill-wise, I was comparable to some of those guys. I was practicing with Doug Flutie and Drew Brees on a consistent basis, and I felt like I at least fit in. Those are pretty good players, but at least I could compete. And it didn't work out, but it did put me on a path to get to Vancouver, to BC. Calgary was in some turmoil. Wally had been fired, and for me, that was perfect because I felt like we were able to accomplish some things there that hadn't been done in a while and bring the fans back to the stadium, and had some great experiences in Vancouver.
All right, looking at the season this year, what are you thinking? What's your crystal ball looking like?
Well, I do think our league is as balanced as it's ever been. Having a salary cap kind of brings everyone back to fairly even. Your best players, as long as they continue to stay healthy and make a difference, it really comes down to a few of your best players, and then making the rest of the guys kind of buy into the team. We should be pretty good still. I think we did lose some key parts. Our offensive line took a hit, probably the biggest hit on our team, but we'll do what we can to shore that up. And, it doesn't hurt having a young up-and-coming quarterback that played well, and we feel like we got enough weapons. We'll see if it lines up, but I like our chances.
Very good. Dave Dickenson, everybody.